University of Economics and Business, and also at Mendel University as a researcher. Furthermore, Natalie Versar, Associated Professor. She is expert in finance, and she's from Taras Shevchenko National University of Kiev. She is author of several scientific articles, and she focuses on fraud, financial fraud. Furthermore, Maria Balitska is a young researcher as well from the Taras Shevchenko National University of Kiev. She received PhD diploma in 2020, and currently she focuses on financial fraud, well-being, and as well digitalization. And my person focus on international taxation and tax fraud in this area. So it's more introduction of the speaker. I am also a moderator of this webinar. I would like to ask if you have some question related to this Moldavite or Amber illicit trade, you can use a chat. And after the presentation, we will open the discussion and try to answer all your question. So can I ask Natalie for taking her place? Thanks a lot, Natalie. You are mute?
Yeah. So,
Thanks.
Veronica, thank you very much for so great introduction of me. Hello, everyone, and I'm glad to be here and discuss today with you topic on phenomenon of Moldavite, Czech Moldavite and Ukrainian amber illicit trade policy responses. What will we discuss today? Firstly, amber illicit trade issues. It will be about illegal mining and new policies that we created. And also Maria will explain court decisions that depends on amber mining, so illegal amber mining. And the end of presentation will present to us Veronica Salilova with Moldavite illegal mining. So the question is, amber, many people ask me, what is amber? And you know, amber is simply fossilized plant resin. So the question arises, why do we talk about the illegal mining of such product? What is its value? Firstly, amber is highly valued for its use in jewelry production. And the most famous creation from amber is amber room. It disappeared after Second World War, but still is really the best creation from amber. Of course, jewelry product, if we speak about jewelry production, it can be used for necklaces, rings, and so on. So it's like really beautiful things can be created from amber. But because amber also consists succidic acid, amber acid, it means that it can be used in pharmacy and medicine, and today, especially in creation of bio-sustainable plastics is like trending today. Still, the question arises, okay, how is price of amber created? And first of all, it depends on size. And on next slide, you can observe classification that provided by Polish amber platform, and we understand that amber can be in different size, like from smallest one to biggest one, like more than also 1 kilo. But still, it's important for pricing, but also we have additional nuances with pricing, because price of amber depends on purity, it depends on color, especially it depends on inclusions like insects or even frogs. but still the question is not answered, why it is so valuable. And of course, we have to speak about demand on amber. And in previous years, demand growth was so great. You can observe here like more than 1000% during 5 years. And this demand was specifically pushed up by China due to different reasons, of course. If we speak about supply of amber, we have not so many countries that can provide amber to market, and the biggest deposits of amber is in Baltic Sea region and also Ukraine. But why amber from Ukraine is so valuable? Because of 2 points. Firstly, because 25% of all deposits in Ukraine can be used for jewelry production. And secondly, Ukrainian amber is really rich on amber acid, so it can be used in other industries, not only in jewelry industries. Here you can observe a map that was crafted by Ukrainian scientists Matsui and Naumenko, and you can observe where we have regions where we have the biggest deposits of amber, and it's like northwest part of Ukraine. And it's also important to remember these regions. I explain why. Because in these regions, people got low salaries. In these regions is really high unemployment rate, but still people have to survive, and like illegal mining is one of such ways for surviving. Of course, one other cause for illegal mining was previously it was no possibility to obtain a permit for mining and selling amber in private way. So it existed state companies, but privately you can't extract amber. And of course, in such situation, you can read here one quotation from Ukrainian journalist, and he explains that the mafia succeeded because they did what the state did not do. So they provided security possibilities, they provided illegal market possibilities, and so on. And also on these pictures, you can observe how many people are involved in illegal mining. And of course, you understand that from these pictures, you understand that it's simple to find these people, yeah, and simple to punish them. But previously, it was really a hard task. The next one, please. What about consequences? Consequences are definitely awful because we have like 3 types of consequences. And first of all, about economic consequences. And you can observe here like difference between legal and illegal mining. For example, legally, state companies, they can extract on average every year 3 tons of amber, and illegally every year on average 3 tons of amber. If we speak about money, if we speak about value, it's from like 75 million euros up to 300 million euros every year in a legal mining sphere. And we understand that it means that no taxes, no social payments, no social security, and so on. And of course, with smuggling volume, with battle with smuggling also wasn't really successful. For example, here you can observe numbers from Ukrainian part, from Ukrainian board, how much they can like punish, and from Polish side. So it was not really efficient. If you speak about environmental consequences, it's terrible, because it's like big amount of destroyed lands. And because it's illegal, it means that local governments, they have to deal with such things, and no one can help, and also they don't have money for recultivation, for example. And if you speak about social consequences, of course, it's about amber wars. And you have to understand that we had previously definitely wars with using weapon. So it was wars between villages, and also it was wars between central and local government. About workers in these illegal activities were like from 15 and up to 30,000 of people. And here you can also see how much they can get per day in such illegal mining. So the resolution, like the resolution of such situation, because between law processing, it was really hard situation. Also, our security organs were involved. So it was like totally hard wars. And eventually in 2019, on 19 December, so like end of 2019, we became new law. And new law provided us three main points. The first one, eventually, private companies can buy permits for amber extraction for 5 years and up to 10 hectares. And one more really valuable point, that such permits are sold through special system called Prozora. It's really great. Open system where every man, every woman in the whole world can see how such auctions are provided. So it's clear who is involved, which documents are provided, which prices they proposed. So it's like great decision for Ukraine, and it depends not only of amber permits but also other governmental things. The second point introduced a mechanism for reserving land plots for subsoil use needs before the start of an auction, because it's always a question who is owner of such land pieces. And the third one is the initial that was established initial price for such auctions, and it depends on the non-taxable minimum salary in Ukraine. Also, two other main points. The first one, punishment. So for illegal mining, illegal trading, illegal transportation of amber, just now punishment is really high, and if it committed one more time, it is also gross. And if officials are involved, it punished also on the great rates, are also up to getting imprisoned. And the second part of this law, if you speak about punishment, it depends, the next slide please, it depends on law on land destruction. So for land destruction, people also will be punished, and at really high rates. The results, just now we have like 4 years as law is acting, and first of all, here you can observe the situation with prices on permits of amber extraction. Of course, from 0 point, it was like really big growth, like 2000 and 2100% in 2019. Just now, situation is like stabilized, but still private companies, they pay more than start price is. And if you speak about like total numbers, so please next slide. During 4 years after we became new law, it was sold 90 permits on amber extraction, and government got more than 144 million hryvnias. Also, private companies have to pay rent for amber bearing subsoil, and just now you also can see these great numbers, like 35 million hryvnias only for rent, and 30% were allocated to local budgets. And the last number, which is really important, 39 tons during 2023 were extracted privately. And I suggest you remember previous numbers that I called. I mean, 3 tons from government companies, 300 tons yearly illegal mining, and just now we see this also great number, like 39 tons legal private mining, and it's a great result of new law. And Maria will continue with other points of our presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Natalia. Hello, dear colleagues, greeting to all of you. Before I begin my part of presentation, I would like to express my gratitude to GLITSS for giving me the opportunity to carry out this important research with my colleagues on the virtual mobility grant. Within the virtual mobility framework, we analyzed Ukrainian court decisions, focusing on 2 main aspects. First, it was illegal amber mining, and second, illegal amber smuggling. Today, I will present you the first part of this research, I mean illegal amber extraction, because we want to show you the effect of new legislation in Ukraine and how it influences on the flows of illegal amber mining in Ukraine. First of all, let me explain our methodology of analyzing court decisions. We based our research on the same approach as systematic review. This means that first of all, we need to identify databases. In our case, it was only one possible variant. It was Ukrainian Unified State Register of Court Decisions. Then we identified the search query. We use keywords from the law regulating illegal gemstone extraction and use the keyword amber. And then we selected a study period. Natalia told you that new legislation we received in the end of 2019. To be precise, it was 29 December 2019. That's why we chose 5-year period, 2 years before new legislation and 3 years after. I want to pay attention that due to virtual mobility grant period, we didn't, our study didn't fully cover the 2023 year. It includes only 8 months. It was statistic until 1st of August 2023. And informing our query, we ensured that it excluded cases unrelated to amber mining. Based on this methodology, we obtained 603 court decisions. Then we excluded 69 non-criminal cases and 13 non-first instance decisions. After screening, 273 cases were also excluded because we considered only final stage decisions and not intermediate stages of court cases. And finally, 248 decisions regarding illegal amber extraction were included in our analysis. Based on the established database, we found that adopting of new legislation has a significant effect. We mentioned then 2019 year, it was the year of the legal reform. 2020, we can estimate like some adaptation period. And during 2021 and 2022, there was a notable increase in the number of court cases. It's indicated an improvement in efficiency of judicial system. What about geographical distribution of court decision? Logically, that it corresponds with the map of amber deposits of Ukraine, which Natalia showed you before. The highest number of crimes related to illegal extraction was found in Rivnenska and Zhytomyrska region, and the court cases in other regions mainly deals with cases related to illegal transportation and illegal storage of amber. It is not like illegal smuggling, it is just transportation inside Ukraine. Overall, the majority of analyzed 249 court cases concerned illegal amber extraction, with significant portion involving unfinished extraction. This statistics show us that effectiveness of law enforcement agencies increased, and then very often caught perpetrators in the act. And also about 37, more than 37%, or 93 cases were related to illegal acquisition, transportation, and storage of amber. And very interesting statistic about the methods of illegal amber mining. Of course, the most popular methods, it was ground washing methods with a water pump using. I can show you how it looks like this pump. And this method is not very good, not because only because it caused some damage related to amber extraction, but given its widespread use, it also leads to significant ecological losses, destroying ecosystem in our northern regions. And I want to pay your attention that very interesting that more than 60% of illegal amber extraction cases were associated with finding stones in open area. And what about like court decision content? It is very interesting that new legal reform not just change some panel mechanism or some other moments, but also like the content of these court cases changed. Because you can see that, for example, in 2018, 2019, we don't have such information about the, for example, the weight of found stones or about their market value. But after legal reform, court decisions become more informative. They became more transparent, because in every case, you can find information about the quantity, how many stones were found, what is the weight, and what is their average, and what is their price. And pay attention, please, that in 2021 year was like a record year, because the average weight of illegal extracted stones increased to 36 kilograms. It could be like what is the reason of this? Because in this year, after legal reform, more large-scale cases began to be revealed. And very often these large-scale cases were related with criminal group activities. And what about some penal mechanism? You can see that here's a statistic about average fines per year and amount of fines per year, like overall. First of all, let's analyze this one, average fines per year. New legislation changed the penal mechanism because if before reform, the minimum fines was approximately 160 euros, after reforms, it increased more than 7 times to 1,200 euros. And also some compensation of the cost under evaluation examination. And we can see that, like a result, how many fines goes to Ukrainian budget. It's obvious that this system became more effectiveness because our budget received more money. This system became more transparent, but it's still not perfect. I mean that Natalia showed you some point with Prozoro and with different schemes which exist in Ukraine, and it means that we need to find maybe new mechanism on new point, maybe new bottleneck to increase the effectiveness of this system, to increase the transparency of this amber market in Ukraine. And now I invite Veronica to present us Czech Republic experience with Moldavite.
Thank you very much, Maria and Natalia, for a very interesting part of amber illicit trade. I would like to explain what Moldavite is, because it's really unique stone and you are not able to find anywhere else in the world, and why it's so unique. It is formed by the impact of massive celestial body on the earth. It means some meteorite really fall down, and due to creation of the crater in Germany, the stone flew to Bohemia basin where the Moldavite was deposited. As you can see on the picture, it is not so special, I think. So if I go to the forest and found some similar stone, black one, not so ugly, I would say it's ugly, but when it's cleaned, it's really nice and expressive stone. It looks like it's a glass with a range of green to olive brownish shades. They could be 7 or more grades of shades. Thank you very much, Maria. And they are really unique. I would like to ask to next one, please, slide. And again at the next one, because there is map of can you yeah, this one. As you can see, there is big crater in Germany, and there is a map of the Czech Republic, and shadow area are deposits of Moldavite. Biggest one is in south of Bohemia. Some of them are also in the south of Moravia. And as you can see on the up, in Germany, in Dresden, there is also some deposit. Can I ask you go back to the second slide, please, Maria? Thanks. So they are really unique. We have rich deposit in south of Bohemia and south of Moravia, but nevertheless that they are the same of origin, with the same of age, because they were created with the same meteorite which fell down. They have different chemical composition and different color and size. Bohemia's Moldavite are smaller, with more lighter, with a lot of different sculptures, and in specific location, Besednice, they have unique sculpture. It looks like as a hedgehog with specific spines. And due to this unique sculpture, they are really demanded with very high prices. Nevertheless, in the south of Moravia, there are bigger one. Sometimes it is possible to find 20 centimeters, 30 centimeters, or with very high weight, 30 grams, up to 30 grams, and more than 10 centimeters. However, they are brown, they are deep green, and it is due to the fact which kind of land is in this location. In south of Bohemia, there is more sand. On other hand, in south of Moravia, there is arable land. That's why the color is more brown, and there is no so specific sculpture. Similarly, as amber, it is used for jewelry. Very nice jewelries, ring, and other. As you can see, it's really nice. And there is really high demand for this kind of jewelries. But if you find some bigger Moldavite which is not destroyed, without any damages, with very unique sculpture, which is bigger than 5 centimeters, up to 10 centimeters or more, it's really unique item for collectors, and the price is the biggest one. Due to the fact that chemical composition was created during the flu from the Germany to Bohemia, and due to the really big temperature, there are different shapes, cylinder shapes, discs, drops, and etc. So you can find very various type of stones. Can I ask for the next slide, please, Maria? Thanks. So what about the prices? Similar as amber, weight and size, quality and transparency, color, shape, and of course origin, location is important for the final price. For the unique item, for the collection, the price is around 2,500 Czech crowns per gram. But during the last decade, the price increased up to 4,500. And if we compare with the gold, with current price of the gold is really 3 times higher than the price of the gold. So the demand for the Moldavite and the motivation for extraction of Moldavite is really high. So please, next slide. As I explained how the Moldavite was created, You can see the biggest Moldavite deposits on the right picture. There is South Bohemia basin. The most deposit, or the richest deposits, are around the České Budějovice, Písek, Český Krumlov, and etc. So this the biggest area in the area of south of Bohemia. And I would like to highlight that 99% of all founded Moldaves is from this area. The rest is possible to find in Třeboň Basin, which is close to south of Moravia, and next can be found in the up of the Czech Republic, close to the German nearby Cheb, so Cheb Basin. And of course, you can find some deposit close to Dresden in Germany. There are approximately 160 locations, and most of them are in mainly in the south of Bohemia. So please, next slide. There is details of the deposits area. In the first picture, you can see a lot of red points, which are the known deposits of Moldavite, mainly illegal extraction of Moldavite. And there are bigger area of the protected nature monuments or protected nature park with different strong of protection. There is area of Třeboňsko, Blanský forest, and Sobeňovská area. Those areas are strong protected. As it is forest, you should use it as a forest. The extraction, legal mining is prohibited, and etc. Nevertheless, there are some legal miners. You can see on the last picture on the right side that there is Brusna, both legal extraction miner, which was open not far away, 2014. And there is visible also Besednice extraction mines, which was closed 2008. And the oldest mines in Chlum location, which was open as a first legal mines. What I would like to highlight is that in case of Chlum, the objective of this mine was not only Moldavite extraction, but mainly the sand. And extraction of Moldavite was the second objective. As regard the Besednice, it is usually called as Besednice paradox case because it's in very strong protected area, and nevertheless that this area was protected under the law. The legal mines was open based on the local government decision, because they decided to extract whole Moldavite to eliminate illegal mining. I will after that explain the current situation in Besednice later, which is interesting. So thank you very much. For the next slide. Illegal mining, the causes why it's so why the illegal miners are so motivated to do this. Of course, the price, Moldavite price, because currently during the last decade it increased 3 times than gold. It's really high motivation for lower social economic people which have not so high salary, and there is really opportunity to go to the forest and just use the basic tools and extract some Moldavite and receive some money from its sale. Furthermore, high demand for this unique stone, and of course this location, this unique stone as well. We have some legal protection. As I said, if this area is forest or if it's agricultural land and is included in the protected area, you should follow this law and use this land for agriculture purpose or forest as a forest, and protect animals and forest for the future. And you can't use any extraction. That's why it is also protected based on the Mining Act, because only a legal mine receive legal permission to extract some stone as a Moldavite. Maybe I would like to share one video. Unfortunately, it's Czech, but I will translate it. So. Is it visible?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks. So thanks for sharing. Now I go back. So as you can see in the video, the forests are absolutely damaged due to extraction of Moldavite, illegal extraction Moldavite, and many local governments had to decide to close this area and use the strong prohibition of entries to this area. After that, the police, Czech police, check this area, and if somebody is caught, then is arrested, and if it's repeated this activity again, then he can go to the prison up to 2 years. But the causes, maybe I would like to ask the next slide. The causes of the illegal mining are very very huge. Similarly, as in case of amber, there is economic consequences, because illegal mining, there is no we lost the value of this Moldavite. There is no taxes, there is no other security, social insurance, and etc. And of course, if we know how many tons of Moldavite is it in this area, it's approximately 275 tons, and we don't know how many of them was extracted. We lost this value. The next very serious economic consequences is reclamation of this devastated nature, because if it is legal miner and legal mines, after the company is responsible for the reclamation of this area, and he must pay for it. But if it's in case of illegal, then who is paid for it? And usually the local government having this area in own cadastre must pay for it. And it is the case of the Besednice, as I said before. Besednice is the most famous location of Moldavite. It covers 28 hectares, and almost all this area is damaged. As you can see on the video, it looks like really as it was visible. And you should pay for the reclamation of this area. You can use agricultural reclamation, so you should bring a new soil to this area. You should plant new plants, new trees, so it's forest reclamation, and it's really expensive. There is assumption that 1 hectare is cost more than 1 million euros. And it's only 1 hectare of wall 28, and there it is only a very small part of the Czech basin where the Moldavite is deposit. So furthermore, there is environmental causes. Environment is devastated. Forest, agricultural land, there are a lot of walls, undermined trees, cut root systems is devastated, the forest died, and etc. The landscape change, this reshaping, the climate is changed, rainfall, airfall. So you can lose of agricultural land, you can lose forest land. There are other adverse changes to vegetation, ecosystem, biodiversity, and etc. Furthermore, after that, you also lost the usefulness of this area. It is the next environment aspect. As regards the social, in this area is increased criminality. The police must do or protect this area, and I think so that this activity can be performed in, or protection should be focused on different criminality, not in this. So furthermore, the forest, you can't use it for a walk, go there, because it's danger, not only due to the landscape, because it's really reshaping, but also due to the fact that you can meet some illegal miners. And as regard the loss of in case of shadow economy, usually 1 illegal miner receive approximately 5,000 Czech crown per day for a while, when then they extract, for example, 5 or 3 pieces of Moldavite. So it's really huge motivation for these people. Can I ask for the next slide? So how to eliminate illegal Moldavite mining? Some solution protection, as was visible in the video. Some local government decided for the strong entry prohibition. Some government decided for the control mining. It means that they decided extract the whole Moldavite from the area and then pay for the reclamation of this area. Unfortunately, as I spoke about the Besednice case and Natolik case, nevertheless, that those areas were strong protected under the law as a nature monument. The permission for the legal mining was issued. A lot of local inhabitants were against it, and nevertheless, that they extracted all Moldavite from this area and perform reclamation. The illegal miners only move for a small to another place very close to the reclaimed area, and illegal mining is still performing with other adverse consequences. So control mining, it is possible to use it, but sometimes it cannot help. Furthermore, we have some protection under law. The nature could be protected as a national park with strong protection, or a nature monument with smaller protection. Furthermore, only under some specific condition based on the Mining Act, you can receive legal permission for extraction. And what is, for example, now as a best solution is really regular investigation of Czech environment inspection altogether with Czech police. When they perform a regular investigation, not only during the night, but also during the day. And if they caught illegal miner, he can receive fines up to 15,000 Czech crown for devastation of the area, for illegal mining. Furthermore, he received official decision about this activity, and if police catch them again, after that is criminal activity, and he must explain this activity at the court during the 14 days, and if he's guilty, after that up to 2 years he is in prison. But it's question whether is it enough. Can I ask you for the next slide? So it's everything. So let me say the small summary of this issue. We have different stone, Moldavite and amber, but with a lot of common aspect. We have unique location in the Czech Republic as well in Ukraine, because they have very specific chemical composition against the other deposits in the world. We have some similar penalties, but it's question whether it is enough for the protection. We have, I think so, social economic situation similar. It depends whether social economic situation will be better, whether this illegal mining will be performed. Because if we look at to the location of Moldavite in Germany, in close to Dresden, there is no illegal mining of the Moldavite in comparison with the Czech basin, which is absolutely damaged. So it's question whether a social economic condition is the main aspect which should be changed. So there are a lot of questions for this protection, and I would like to open the discussion. There are some questions in the chat, so I would like to open it. So Indrek asked whether we know who are the main actors in the business of Moldavite or amber, and whether, oh, I lost it, whether they are also doing drug business or they are organized group and etc. So maybe Natalie, can you?
Yes, if we speak, for example, about Amber, mainly we speak about locals who really locals that who face a high level of unemployment, low salaries, and that is why, you know, also in villages there exist villages, and every village knows who has such pomps. They know who can conduct such activity, and but these villages understand that such illegal mining is only one way to get money to survive. So that is why as I told you previously, it was also wars between not only between villages but also with central government. And what was other point that in some cases it was like, you know, provided protection from local officials. That is why in new law we have special points about officials who are involved in illegal mining, illegal amber mining. If we speak about the next question, the reliable estimates of the scale of illicit trade, we served about amber estimation, and you know we didn't find any improvement for this. Because as I understood, it's quite simple, like people calculated how yearly average we have extraction, how big extraction is, and then like multiply by average price of amber. And of course it's incorrect, because with pricing, you understand, it's really difficult and challenging, because price can have huge gap, like from $200 per kilo of amber up to 700, 1,000, and so on, if it has inclusions or we have like big pieces. At least in our search that we did, our group, we couldn't find such work that can support us with this estimation of illegal volume of illegal mining of gemstones.
And if it is possible, I want to add some information about identifying main actors of amber extraction in Ukraine. It's very hard to do this because when you analyze court decisions, the personal information about who exactly committed the crime, this information is hidden. You can just search maybe mass media about some big scandals, and only in this case we can know maybe what businesses or some representatives of government are involved in these crimes.
Yes, because when we observe this judgment decision, there are only like person 1, person 2, person 3, and we don't understand who were these persons, like officials or sellers or miners or who was there. So it's like difficult to identify.
Yeah, for example, in the Czech Republic, in the video was mentioned the graph about who is arrested or against the devastation of nature, and after that, if that's repeated activity, he is arrested for a crime activities. There is similar number of cases. Currently, the police and environment inspection office have statistics that each week at least one person is arrested for this activity, and it is always only individuals. It is not group of people, so usually only nature person with some specific motivation for this activity. But I would like to ask whether there should be used some different strategies how to eliminate this illegal mining, or whether there should be more cooperation of local government with national government, and of course international organization, because, for example, as regard the Moldavite, there is only one legal mine who is able to perform some without any damages pieces of Moldavite for collection, for example, or for jewelries. But from the illegal mining, there are bigger offer, than is possible. So what do you think, whether in your country this cooperation is, after the reform 2020, if I remember, is better, or what do you think?
If we speak about Ukraine, the situation definitely improved, but still we have a lot of challenges. But we try to overcome them, because also when reform started, and we had this system Prozora that I explained you, yes, and first auctions, they were unsuccessful, because in that auctions took parts some companies that and their target was to hinder such auctions, and for example, to hinder such auctions. And for example, in Prozora, one of the first, it was like price setting for permit to amber extraction, like 300,000 hryvnias, and then two companies simple increase this price on up to 28 million hryvnias. And we learned like step by step. And after that, also law was improved, legislation was improved. And just now we didn't observe such cases. But if we speak about international level, I suggest that we can do more. Why? Because amber is really this fossilized resin. And specialists, they can identify from where such amber is coming. So it's quite simple to identify, is it Baltic region sea, or is it Ukraine, or is it Poland, and so on. But you understand that, as I explained you, that inside country, demand on amber not so high. This demand is from outside, from China. And it means that illegal mining, then illegal sale, then illegal transportation through and crossing the border. And we understand that Ukrainian amber is legislated in Poland, in Baltic region, and is sold as Baltic or Polish amber. But it's quite simple to realize that it's not from Poland or from Lithuania or from Latvia, it's from Ukraine. So I suggest that we can do more. We can do more on international level.
Okay, so
and especially I want to add some points about the activity of Ukrainian custom. It's our big problem because, for example, Natalia showed you that Polish custom identifying 19 tons of Ukrainian amber, and our Ukrainian custom identify only 3 tones. This means this difference, it is not high quality work of Ukrainian custom or maybe some special schemes, but it's definitely told us that we need to change something.
Yeah, I think so. It's absolutely true that based on the chemical composition, it's very easy to recognize from which area it is and why we should lost this value or economic value in our country. So I asked the other attendants whether they have some question, but some must leave us because we have extend
A little bit
assumed
overtime, yeah.
Yeah, we are over time. So if there are some question or no, so if not, I would like to thanks all of them who will participate this webinar and to listen our partial result of the illicit trade of illegal mining of Moldavite and amber in our countries. And I will welcome you in our another workshop in future. So thank you very much for your presentation and listening us.
Yes, thank you very